Hey, you're watching Pilot Season. I'm your host and showrunner, Ryan Burkett. Pilot Season streams monthly on the Trident Network, a three-pronged entertainment extravaganza, a company that features podcasts, videos, and web series you can find places like YouTube and live streaming shows just like this. Every episode, we're so lucky we're joined by our stage manager, our friend, and the creator, the founder of the Trident Network, Val Agnew. Val, how are you?
Hi, buddy. I'm so happy to be back streaming with you.
For just one split second, I thought you said screaming. there
I'm also
might be.
glad to be back screaming with you.
Val, let us know what's new at the Trident Network.
Well, we had kind of a winter sleepy time, and now we are back with our normal shows every month, as well as I'm so glad you asked. The podcast is back in a month. So get excited for that. They have new podcast art. They've got just a full fresh start. Um, and D commentaries is coming up on our 100th episode, which is super exciting. And
Incredible.
yeah, we're having a good time doing our thing. And maybe one day Carly, who's in this cast tonight, and I will actually get it together and do our show that we always talk about doing.
TV guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the Trident Network is you get shows running by just talking about them for a second.
That's true. That's true.
So
Oh, speaking
talk
of
about it one
which,
more
I
time.
I think we're gonna potentially stream some WNBA games. So stay tuned for more information on that soon.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Hmm.
So, Val, as you know, every episode of Pilot Season, we have a team of actors and a team of writers that collaborate on a once in a lifetime live original TV sitcom pilot.
Hmm.
To get started with that, we always get a suggestion from our Twitch audience, from our chat. Val, tonight we're doing the genre of sitcom called Fish Out of Water. This is when a character enters a new situation, a new job, a new city where they just don't fit in. We have the aliens from Third Rock from the Sun in their small town on Earth working out of college.
Hmm.
We have the nanny with her colorful costumes and her loud laugh with the proper British Broadway family, things like that. So, Val, we're going to get a suggestion, if you would handle this for us, of a type of sitcom character, or even our chat could mention a specific one, like The Nanny, for example, and then the world of another sitcom or TV show or movie where they just don't fit in. We'll combine a couple of those, we'll get some suggestions, and our cast is going to attack it. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. While you're doing that, we're going to meet our cast. We have an all-star cast this episode. I'm so excited. I'm most excited. Everyone knows how much I love writers, and you're like, Ryan is probably most excited about the writers. I wish that I could be, but at Pilot Season, we meet the actors first. Joining us, we have a repeat. Everybody's a repeat this week. We've got someone who's been on the show so many times. It's our friend, Kristen Hallen. Kristen, welcome back
Wow.
to Pilot Season.
Thank you. Thrilled to be here with all of you.
Kristen, we've talked about sitcoms a lot with you. I don't know if I've ever asked you, who is your all-time favorite sitcom character?
Oh my. That is very hard. Uh okay. I think I talk about her every time we're at this show. Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I wanted to be her. Also just like Melissa Joan Hart in general in the 90s. She had it going on. But just the thought of like being able to do magic, like that would be like my dream. And to have cool outfits and have a cute boyfriend and yeah, the best.
Did you watch the updated scary Sabrina, the Riverdale style
Yes.
Sabrina?
Couldn't get enough. I wasn't expecting it to be so different, but I do enjoy that world as well.
I have talked about this so many times, but on Riverdale,
Mhm.
one of the students unfortunately passed away. They had a student who died,
Yeah.
and the cheerleaders had special black uniforms for the funeral.
Oh, yes.
Really, really touched me. It was really special. Joining us again, I believe for the third time, we've got a three-peat with Will Poole. Will, welcome back.
Woo.
Will, important question. If you could do any sitcom job, any sitcom workplace that you could work at, which one would you pick? And you will have to do the job once you pick it.
Sure. I was just catching up on Abbott Elementary the other night, and I do really like the idea of just being a janitor in that. Working with Mr. Johnson, could never replace him, obviously. But I just like that you're not tied down. You're a kind of free floating agent of chaos. You get in on everything. You're not kind of just getting one piece of the episode. You're somehow like a through line, which I think while also not being involved, which is really nice.
I love that. I love that for the actor who's like
Yeah.
the heavy lifting is sort of in the script and with the rest of the cast, but you're also part of the fun.
Yes, you're purely stopping by to add a little bit of, hey, did we need that?
Yeah.
Did we need that line?
Also joining us again for, I don't know, 100 times.
Yeah,
I'll
easily.
look it up. Jaclyn Sorci, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Jaclyn, this is a little more like homework. This is like in the moment math that you're going to
Okay.
have to do for us.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of Abbott Elementary, they recently had a crossover with Always Sunny.
Hmm.
If you're the network executive in charge of mashing up shows, which two sitcoms would you have do a crossover?
Ooh, oh, that's such a good question. I feel like it would be fun. Okay, so I love 30 Rock is my like favorite of all time. For probably obvious reasons. I'm Greek and I'm in comedy and whatever. So I identify a lot with Liz Lemon. So I would want Liz Lemon, but maybe to like put her in a situation where, because she's very like type A, like her work is her life. So like what if she swapped with one of my other favorites, Lorelai Gilmore, and we put her in Stars Hollow and she's like running the inn and everyone's in her business. Like I feel like that would be very interesting for me personally to see.
I love that. And I also love the idea of the second episode where we see the other side of that. Where we see
Yeah, oh
Laura.
totally. Yeah. I think Lorelai would be great running that show. She was super funny and smart and sharp. Yeah, would love that.
Caffeinated. She's
Very
on top.
caffeinated. Yeah, she'd do great.
Fabulous. Let's meet our writers. Joining us again, another all-star. We have John Francis. John, welcome back to pilot season.
Thanks, Ryan.
John, since we've talked about sitcoms so much, same question as Kristen. Who's your favorite sitcom character of all time?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Favorite of all time. I'm running like a Final Four through my head right now, and it's like,
Got a bracket that is.
yeah. All time. I am, and it's I don't know if it's recency bias, but I've been watching. It's got to be Kramer, I think. Post Seinfeld scandal aside, it's like that. I'm in the like fifth season right now, and it's like when he comes out, it's like the palpable, like it's on another level. When he hits the golf ball into the ocean and it goes into the whale. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I think I'd have to go with Kramer. He narrowly beats out Homer Simpson, but it could be a recency bias, I think, because I haven't been watching The Simpsons in a while. Used to love him though.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. Kramer's backstory and lore is similar to Jane Krakowski on 30 Rock, where every episode we lay on something else that feels scary, like where it's, and they're just like, no, this is just part of the deal. And also that episode of Seinfeld, The Marine Biologist, is one of my favorite sitcom episodes of all time because it contains war. What is it good for? Which is just such a good moment.
Yeah. The physical comedy of him with the golf clubs too is like he just can't walk down a hallway with golf clubs. It's very just funny to watch.
If I could digress for just a second, Val, should we do some kind of sitcom bracket with pilot season? You like on social media posting, because every episode I ask
Yes.
people their favorite whatevers, and we
One
could do
hundo p.
favorite
Yeah.
sitcom towns or characters or jobs or whatever.
100%. Yeah.
I'm gonna-
Engagement.
Yeah, I'll put that on my back burner, and maybe every episode we get closer. For work, and I came in dead last in the March Madness brackets at my job, which, by the way, also everybody that was like doing poorly at my job was like, well, you're still beating Ryan.
Oh,
Oh no.
I just went,
Unnecessary.
I just went with which towns like vibed the most to me, like where would I want to visit. Joining us again, one of the first guests we had on pilot season has been with us so many times. We have Carly Heiser. Carly, welcome back. Carly, big question for you. If you could adapt any movie into a sitcom, which one would you pick?
Any movie. I always feel like whenever I answer these questions, I always feel like I answer them wrong. I'm like, I've never watched TV in my life, even though like TV raised me. The television raised me. The television is my dad. If I could adapt any movie into a sitcom, oh, it just popped into my head. It would be The Mask. It would be Jim Carrey's Mask.
Yeah, that's right.
I need 7 seasons of that for me.
That's great. And there's lots of opportunities for like animation and puppets and guest stars and music. And that's a great idea.
Also,
Also,
the one with Jim Carrey.
yeah,
And it has to be Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz for me. 7 seasons.
I think they'll do it. And by the way, TV did a great job raising you. You turned
Thank
out.
you. I love my family.
Also joining us again, I think we've covered every department now. We have M. Smith, who has been stage manager and tech for us, who's been an actor on the improviser side and now on the writing team. Welcome back.
Thank you. And now you're finally letting me write. Job on the show.
Em, if you could bring back any old sitcom, something that you think was canceled too soon, an old favorite that you'd like one more episode of.
I think Freaks and Geeks was canceled way too early. So I would go back, and we can't get those like people like before they were famous ever again. So I would have liked to see just a little more.
Yeah. I feel like there's got to be a documentary or something eventually about at least like where we get more something.
Or even just like backstage lore. I just want to go back to especially because sorry, tangent. I'll wait for the bracket to come out. We'll talk about it.
Okay. I would say Freaks and Geeks is up there too with best sitcom jackets.
Oh, wow.
Great jackets
Yeah.
on Freaks and Geeks. Val, do we have a suggestion?
we have so many, I literally don't know what to do.
Okay.
Um,
That's good
so-
news.
yeah. So there's one I love, but it's half my suggestion, so I feel kind of weird picking it. There's another one that got a big response in the chat, but I think part of why I'm not like as into it is because I'm not as familiar with it, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys which one you pick.
Okay.
So the one that's part mine is Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows goes to Seventh Heaven.
Okay. All right.
Or really any of the vampires from What We Do in the Shadow. And then the one that got a huge response in the chat was basically any character from King of the Hill on Broad City.
That's really great too. Anything among our cast and writers that you're inspired by from either of those? Is there one that you're leaning towards?
I feel like numbers wise, having a member of King of the Hill just be in Broad City would, because there's 3 of you guys. So you got him in there.
That's also the world that I am more.
I feel like Harley just really like greenlit our show.
Carly's
It's
the
like,
producer.
I'd watch it. I would put it on.
All right,
okay,
sounds
so
like we have an answer.
we're gonna discuss this. Val, if you could return to the chat and see if we could get a hot title for this combo of worlds. We have somebody from King of the Hill meets the world of Broad City. Just to clarify, we're not adapting those two sitcoms. We're creating a third one based on the vibes and archetypes that we're feeling from the suggestion. Let's start with our actors. Kristen, we'll go to you first. Any characters that you're inspired to create from this suggestion?
So I will confess, I've not watched much King of the Hill. I know there's a kid Bobby. I know that. So my head just goes to like a small town person in New York, in or whatever big city we choose. It doesn't have to be New York. So I love just kind of like that naive take of, fresh eyes, thinking everything's amazing in a place that smells like piss and cigarettes, like that kind of a vibe.
I love that.
Yeah.
And just dog ear, keep in on your back burner there the phrase "piss and cigarettes" if that
Yeah.
comes up.
I will open it to the group. Anyone can jump on that too.
Yeah. Will, same question. Any characters that you're inspired to create in this show?
Definitely, I mean, the type of character who is there to pour water on this new person's ambition constantly. Just like, you don't get it. Like, you haven't been here. Like, this place is going to stomp you out. And I like when that person is constantly like proven wrong. Like, he's gonna get like handed $10 from somebody sitting on a bench or something. It's gonna be yeah.
It's always the person who says things, like this city's going to chew you up and spit you out kind of vibes, is also the person who's like, I love it, I'm never moving.
Yeah. It's just not good for you.
Right. Jaclyn, same question. Any characters that you're inspired to create so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like, that era of life where you're like in the city trying to make it, you're like poor, you're trying to like get your life together. It's, having misadventures in love. But like then, King of the Hill's very like it's like two low income people, but from very different places. So it's like maybe they're coming together to solve their mutual problems and make it in this crazy world. Come together and help each other do that. So I could see some unlikely friendship even, despite very different backgrounds maybe in politics.
Especially because like in the world of Broad City, those aren't wealthy characters. They're just
Right.
streetwise. They live in the city.
Yes, exactly.
Let's turn to our writers. We'll start with Carly. Carly, any situations that you see these characters getting up to?
I definitely think that kind of going off what Will's saying, that like this new character will open up connections that these like residents or like people who are supposed to be here have not previously been able to make. So like they'll see different kinds of people, maybe a little bit of magical realism types of people that they're like, I didn't even know this person was here. And it's like, they got a whole situation. This show runs every week. I think there's going to be opportunity from some other characters to emerge from the connection from this new character.
I love that. And Carly, give us a specific location that we might see in this episode.
Grocery store.
Grocery store.
Gotta be grocery store.
John, same initial question. Any situations that you see these characters getting up to?
Yeah, I'm reminded, I just read a book about like Chicago and all the like old mythologies about, there's like the tale as old as time with the big city in America is the person from the small town coming to the big city and then being just put into all kinds of danger. But then they befriend like a streetwise, oftentimes precocious child who helps them out. I think that would be the fish out of water experience, would definitely be the I mean, it depends a little bit which King of the Hill character you're picking, but I mean, Dale Gribble would really just be an accentuated version of what Peggy Hill would be experiencing. Luckily, I binged all of King of the Hill in anticipation of this pretty recently.
Appreciate that.
Uh,
I like the idea of moving to New York and just befriending a child. A tough kid with like a slingshot, somebody who runs under turnstiles, just like a real scamp.
and the way we infantilize 20 somethings, it's the same.
Yeah, same difference. John, what time period is our show set in? Is it the present day? Are we in the past?
You know, I feel like I'd like to see it in the let's say the late 1990s.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I say this a lot on here, but I feel like any era just before smartphones is funnier for a sitcom if they can't just text each other. Um, same initial question. What situations do you see these characters getting into?
I think especially since it's like pre-smartphone analog world, I think like just like especially in Broad City, there tends to be like just like one issue they're trying to solve that just like leads to a bunch more issues, but the whole problem is them like trying to go pick up this air conditioner or something. And I'm thinking of something like so silly, but that does affect like I'm trying to remember like that movie. I think it's called After Hours, where like he like has the 20 for the cab, and then he's like, "Here you go," and the wind blows it away, and he's like, "Oh no!" And like just something like that that's so dumb, but then like ruins everything. But then this like the side quest becomes the main quest, the whole like so just that magical New York energy, you know? Yeah.
I love that. Follow-up question. Assuming you're the network executive that greenlights this show, you're the network honcho, just a real monster who says yes to this. Let us know something about like the standards and practices of the show. Is this a show for adults? Does it have a laugh track? Is it single camera? Things like that.
This is an FX show, and so it's a little gritty, and you could show pretty much anything.
That's true.
That's
So
That's true.
That's one of my favorite answers to this question is they'll show anything. Um, as always, thanks to a hefty grant from the Trident Network, we have prepaid several FCC fines. So if there are any language bombs, any F bombs, any other kinds of things that our writers are afraid they can't say, not only is our show that we're portraying for adults, and they'll show almost anything. So is pilot season for adults. So fly your freak flags. Like let's hear whatever. Val, do we have a title?
Well, we do. Chris declared my suggestion unbeatable, so I guess that's what it's going to be.
Okay.
King of Murray Hill.
Good.
All right.
We had a couple runners up. That's my purse. I don't know you. And Luann's gonna get messed up.
Oh,
Yes, Luann.
If there's if I could be so bold to suggest for the episode title, that's my purse, I don't know you.
Perfect.
Fun way to like talk to strangers in a big city.
Yep.
All right, so we're getting ready to do our cold open. This is our first shortest scene of the episode. It's going to happen right before the credits. We're going to meet some characters, then Val's going to call it. Actors, do you feel ready?
feel ready.
Yes.
All right, writers, we got to work fast. This is a short one. This is the cold open of Murray Hill, colon. That's my point.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Purse, I don't know you. Val, are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
You seen him yet?
Oh, I don't see anyone. You
We
know, I
told
have
him,
tickets to see Titanic for the 4th time later today, so you better hurry up.
man, do you want me to tell you what happens?
I know what happens. I said it's the 4th time. I mean, I was making out in the theater last time, but I know what happens.
You were making out, or was it Tommy again?
No, it was Bob.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Whoa. Bobby is kind of fast.
Yeah, but that's what I like about him, you know? He
I
doesn't
hear
waste
Bob
any
loves
time.
the Titanic.
I mean, I think he loves what I do to him during Titanic.
Bad, you bad.
Yeah, I took my top off.
In the theater?
Yeah, yeah, why not? I mean, ship
Ooh.
went down, girl went down, you know.
You, okay, you gotta tell me, was it good? Was it bad? Was it big? Was it small? Was it scary? Was it handsome?
I mean, it was whatever. It was kind of medium.
Oh, medium. All right.
There was like more hair than I'm used to seeing, but it was fine.
They had to send the lifeboats, eh? Yo, save the day.
Yeah, you know.
Wow. This might be the wrong time to ask you, but would you see Titanic with me? With me, Jim?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
oh, you should really do it. Time with friends is best spent with friends. You would let your friend go see a movie without you?
Oh, hey,
I mean,
Movies only play what, once a week?
nah, man, like they're kind
no,
of playing
for
all the
like all
time.
day. It's a blockbuster. They're in
Every
every
hour on the
theater.
hour, every
Yeah.
corner.
You're kidding me. They must be losing money left, right, and center with all those empty theaters.
Nah, nah, nah. Leo is bringing the girls in and bringing the guys with the girls.
Yeah, they're packing those houses, trust me. I was just there, like I said, with my top off and people
Yeah.
noticed, but they just kept watching the movie.
Taking your top off at the movie. Everyone in town must be talking about it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's honestly the least weird thing that happened in that theater that day.
yeah.
Roll
Well,
There was a guy
credits.
filing his toenails.
well, you're well traveled. I can tell you that.
I mean, honestly, I've just lived in the city so long. I've pretty much seen it all. I mean, on the way home from the theater, I saw a guy with a raccoon in a baby carriage. I don't know where he got a raccoon.
Opening
Okay, well,
credits.
Uh, much like Titanic, we got a bonus scene. We really got like a time and a place and some rich characters already. I had already forgotten that we were in the late 90s and that, oh, this is like Titanic, we're going to like a Broadway play. And then it was like, oh yeah, we're saying Titanic over and over. Um, let's check in with our actors. We'll start with Kristen again.
Hmm.
Kristen, this character of yours that we met,
Yeah.
is this somebody that we're going to see throughout the episode, do you think?
I mean, I think he could really be an antagonist to Will's character. I was definitely playing him horny. Definitely playing him knowing the world of New York. I went in between I think a Brooklyn accent and something else. So we're gonna learn more about Jim, you know?
Your accent really, it was captivating. It works.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kristen, let us know something about that character that no one knows yet. It's part of their backstory, a secret they have, something that our writers can use.
I see him as a latchkey kid, as like an only child who just like needs to be around others. Like he's very lonely in his home life, so he has to be like out on the town.
I love that.
Mhm.
Will, same question. With your character, let us know something about them that we don't know yet that could be like your sort of actor's secret for the writers to use.
Okay. I think they're seem like a pretty happy-go-lucky person, unaffected by the like all the big city stuff that's happening. But I think they're in this pilot episode trying to confirm that the business they bought online is actually real in this city.
Buying a business online in 1999
Is
is
huge risk.
We're
a gamble. But also, like, I mean, the ones that paid off, the
Yeah.
bubble doesn't for like 8 or 9 years. So you're
Yeah.
gonna be fine. Jaclyn, same question. Let us know something that we don't know yet about your character.
Yeah, I think she's definitely unemployed. So, hence seeing multiple movies, in a day. And I think she's doing better in her sex life than she is maybe in any other aspect of her life. I think she probably doesn't have her stuff together at all. So
That's great, and that counts. That's
yeah,
just on our way.
she's having fun.
Yeah. Let's check in with our writers. Um, Carly, we're getting ready to do our first scene. We're going to do Act 1 of this episode. What's our physical location? Where does it take place?
The first scene, it's got to be in the empty storefront of the business.
Hmm.
It's
Cool,
got to
yes.
be, here I am. Here is the rest of my life. I'm here.
Incredible. Turning like a sign
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. This is why I'm here.
And John, how much time has passed between the cold open and the beginning of Act 1?
This feels like maybe a day or two. I feel like because I don't feel like that first scene took place in the business. So let's say it's the next morning.
Okay, cool. And M, give us a line of dialogue that you would like to hear in Act 1.
It's called email.
You mind repeating that for the actors to memorize?
Yeah. It's called email.
Got it.
All right, actors, you've got a whole world to build. The writers are here to support you. Val, are you ready for Act 1 of King of Murray Hill?
Yes, let's do it.
Dusty in here. That's all right. A little bit for people.
I saw this ad on the subway. Are you guys hiring?
We're hiring. We're hiring.
Yeah,
That's great.
come on in.
Okay. Geez, it's really dirty in here. So the
Well,
ad
we're
didn't say too
hiring.
much, but yeah, I mean, I can pretty much do anything you need me to do.
Sure. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Are
What
you
what are
hiring?
what are your skills? What do you got going for you?
Oh, well, I had AOL 1, like the first CD. So I
So you're a
know,
computer whiz.
yeah,
All
definitely.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
That's huge.
computers. Can you tell me something? I don't understand what it is. There's something, it's called email. I like my mail in the box with a stamp.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's in the computer. So
Because we're gonna need hackers in this business.
And I don't do the computers. I do phone, I do face to face, and I do payroll, but by hand.
okay.
You okay getting paid by hand now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess as long as I'm
Right.
getting paid, yeah.
Yes.
Think three. Okay, all three. Great.
Yeah.
Let's all three of us get our hands in there.
Yeah. I mean, I built a mailbox once. Is that relevant?
It may be. We don't have a mailbox yet.
Do not. We use the street mailbox.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm really pretty scrappy and I think I can figure out whatever you need from me. And what is the business?
Oh, wait till you hear this. This is good. All right, this is
You're
what
gonna love
sold
this.
me on it. Tell her.
You're gonna love this.
Tell her.
So you wouldn't be able to tell from how the whole storefront's empty, but this used to be a travel agency. I bought this business to exist on the information superhighway, but I don't know where that is from here. Is it a crossroad?
I think have you got it's the internet. Have you heard of the internet?
Okay, those are
That's where I
crazy
got it.
words.
That's
Yeah.
where I bought it.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So
Sight
great.
unseen, sold the family farm and moved to the city.
Oh,
Yeah.
so, okay, so you're new to the city. tracks.
Do you know how to surf? We're looking for someone to surf it.
Like the water or the internet?
Well, you tell us, honey. We
Does
we
it
don't
take a
know.
liquid form?
Yeah, I surf, absolutely.
Perfect. We love that.
Great. Yeah. Um,
Hey, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. Do you think I think it's a yes. What are you thinking?
I think it's the first person to walk in the door. That's who I would hire back home.
That's the way we do business.
And a surfing
Great.
vacation. We could sell that to these city boys.
So we should really introduce ourselves. I am Jim. I am not related to him, but I could be.
And I'm Tom.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jackie. And I am looking forward to working with you.
Hey,
Um,
do you have a cousin? Do you have any cousins?
I don't know. I've never really met them, but I think I have a couple in Portland, but I've never met them.
I'm sorry.
You got
I'm
mail.
sorry. I don't want to interrupt, but the computer's screaming. It might be hurt.
You've got mail.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
where's the mail? Where is it?
I mean,
Where is it?
that
Did
just
it
means
come
you have
under the door? Check under the door.
Okay, I'm
it's in the
checking.
computer.
You've got mail.
It's in the computer.
Are we
You
not-
just
Hurt.
need the keyboard. You just need to like check the. You guys
You've
have a
got
computer
mail.
here, right?
Jackie, there's a voice coming from somewhere, and it sounds like the devil.
Yeah, I think it's the computer. It's not the devil. It's just the computer.
Hello. Do you
You've
still
got
have
mail.
mail?
Oh, pretty sure
Okay.
it's a ghost.
I'm spooked. I'm spooked.
All right.
I
think we're gonna need to.
Jackie, we gotta call a priest. We gotta call a priest. We need holy water.
You don't need to call a priest. It's
We need
just the
pizza.
computer. It's
Tommy boy.
I think there's only one thing to do. I'm gonna
Right.
pick up the computer.
no.
Thank God, Tommy. Someone
We'll
had to
get
do it.
one that works.
You've
We'll
got
get
mail.
one that-
$600.
It's open now, so we can scoop the mail out. Get the mail out of it.
I'll get the shovel. Hold on.
Where did you say you guys are from?
honey.
Bluegrass, Kentucky.
And then where am I from?
And how long have you been in the city?
Yeah. Here's the thing. My mother died. My father died. I got no brothers. I got no cousins. I got no dog. I got no girl. I got Tommy. And we just met last week. He's new to me, but in the grand scheme of things, he might be my best friend.
And I thought that was the saddest thing I ever did here.
And, how did you afford the rent on this place? Rent is
Sold
really
the family
high.
farm.
And now a
Later.
word from our sponsors.
The thing I like about this so far, besides these truly beautiful characters, we're introducing so many more questions. With like every line of it, I'm like, oh, I need to know everything. I need to sit down with each of these people and find out what's going on. This Kristen, your character who is this backstory of this scamp.
It's
real.
a hard life out there. Yeah.
I picture just like driving, like barely can see over the
Like a
dashboard.
tractor.
Yeah. Track. Let's go to our actors. Kristen, we'll start with you. Any other characters that you think we might see in Act 2?
I would love to see like roommates or significant others if we think someone might be on the dating scene, but I really feel like seeing them in their home environment would really give a lot. I think I'd want to see either Tom's or like Jackie's like roommate situation. I think that would be fun.
Love it. Will, same question. Who else might you be creating for us in Act Two?
Yeah, we're also assuming that they don't live together. I I think it would be fun to see like either like a neighbor if they're at home, like a kind of like busybody neighbor, or like the equivalent of like someone who's been living in that neighborhood forever, who's kind of like, this is where they used to book trips through in the late 90s or something like that. Yeah, just more people from the city who kind of like notice the change of a new person arriving.
Yeah. The burst of the travel agent bubble is a nice touch in this episode. It takes place the day after the other that job. Jaclyn, same question. Any characters we're gonna meet?
Yeah, I was thinking along the same lines as well. Like it'd be fun to see like a landlord or like a neighbor or somebody in the building who, is trying to suss them out a little bit, like, or maybe thinks that their like earnestness can't be real because they're all so jaded from the city life.
I love that. Let's check in with our writers. Carly, what's next in Act Two? What plot points do you want to see? Any twists you'd like to introduce?
What is next? Yeah, I wanna be maybe have some friction, have some characters that are having friction. We're having them meet. But it would be interesting to see some like clash of opinions, clash of worldviews, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, same question. Any new like plot threads that we need to get started? Any ideas that you've got for Act Two?
I really like the idea of if they just are on the like crest or over the crest of this like travel agency bubble, like them getting on the forefront of another equally ephemeral business model, they, like they use the space to like get on the forefront of the internet cafe thing, and like this is always gonna be a thing, and it's just something else that they're gonna start into.
I feel like that could be thematic, like throughout, like the run of a show, where they're always getting the thing that is almost up.
Right as it's done.
Um, Also, I was gonna ask if you heard the line you suggested, but I'm realizing now that it sparked an entire scene. Like we had so many offshoots from that line of dialogue. Um, John, same question. Any plot points that you'd like to make in advance of Act Two? Anything that you'd like to see?
Well, the thought that occurred to me with the seeming confusion about how an e-commerce business works is that maybe maybe one of the characters is secretly or not so secretly sort of loaded financially. And that's, maybe the stakes of buying a business that is they don't really understand. I feel like that is one possible reason why that could happen. I'd like to see between Kristen and Will the kind of not a flashback scene, but something that addresses the origins of like the business partnership. Like, how did these two folks come together to decide to do this business?
Yeah, let's get a little deeper. John, give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act Two.
If I've got my finger on the pulse, this is going to be huge.
Do you mind repeating that?
Yes. If I've got my finger on the pulse, this is going to be huge.
All right. Actors and writers, we have our middle act. We've got a lot to do. Val, are you ready for Act Two of King of Murray Hill?
Yes, let's do it.
So,
All right, and let's just leave the boxes here, and that'll be that. I think we'll unpack tomorrow. I want to get back and kind of finish sweeping up.
Hey, you know, Tom, you mean a lot to me. And
You mean a lot to me.
you took a chance. You took a chance on me.
Well,
Some,
hey,
some dumb New York orphan
oh,
loser. And you know what?
Hey, don't say you're from New York. You don't know where you are from.
Well, I know right now I'm living in New York. I'm from the world. I'm a citizen of the world. But in this moment, looking at you, Tommy T, Tommy, guy of my heart.
Did I never tell you my last name?
No, no, Tom, I'm afraid to ask. Tom, what's your last name?
Tommy, it's T, T-E-E, Tommy T. You guessed it. I was just surprised because I know I never told it.
You know, my mom, she said, I have a gift. I see things and I hear things.
Oh my God. Wait. Your
Someone
mom
just,
saw ghosts?
yeah, that's how she died. She got pulled down by a ghost in a lake.
Oh. And I'd ask your last name, but I think once both parents go, it's orphan. It automatically becomes orphan.
Yeah, Jim the orphan.
Jim the orphan.
Jim the orphan.
Mhm.
You know, it's
I'm looking for Tommy T. I'm the landlady here.
Oh.
oh,
Okay.
oh,
Whoa.
you're not a ghost, you're real. Okay, hi.
I could have
I'm very
sworn you
real.
were
I've run this property for 50 years since my husband died of mysterious causes. Anyway, it seems you owe me $7,000, which in 1997 is a lot.
Are we sure about that?
I've done
$7,000.
the math on this piece of paper, and I never fail at math.
Hey, sidebar. One second. Hey, Tommy.
How much
It's
money?
normal that I'm smoking in now.
I was
Even
gonna ask
indoors, it's
next.
legal.
We
It was my
love
next question. Can you smoke in my apartment?
It's my building, dog.
Okay. I'm sorry.
in New York. You smoke where you shit. You shit where you smoke. Okay. But Tom, you got the money. You got the money.
I'm waiting.
I got 4 lodge.
Oh my God.
You have 3?
That's a huge amount of money. Yeah, I
I'll
still got
take a
some.
check and nothing else. I don't
That's
accept cash.
that's crazy, ma'am.
Shit, we gotta go to the bank.
Wait, do you think that's that's $4, Jim? Those are singles.
Yeah, it's lodge.
All right, this money
I
was
can get
supposed to.
I can get a lodge pizza for 4.
I can only imagine what you think a small bill is. Listen, ma'am, this money was supposed to be to start up my business, and also it seems like you're charging me for a year's worth of rent all at once. Do you
That's
think we
how
could?
I do business in this crazy town. If I don't take it up front, you could run and skip town and screw me out of my money.
Well,
How do you think I've run this place for 50 years? By being a chump?
Hey,
ma'am,
no, ma'am, you know, you can't control me or the rent. Okay? Can we talk turkey? You and me? You and me, sweetheart?
Oh, you think you're gonna do some kind of deal with me? You think this is my first time?
I don't know.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I don't like you, and I don't like your hat, and I don't like your little friend, and I don't know where you came from. But you guys owe me $7,000, so you better come up with it by the end of the week, or you're out of here.
Can I just say you have really really nice eyes?
You think that's gonna work on me?
you doing? What are you doing, Jim?
It's
I
a
don't
hungry
think
jungle out here where dreams are made of.
I'm pulling a computer monitor out of a backpack here. I don't suppose you accept e-currency. This is the one I made the deal on. I sold the farm. There still should be some money in it.
Did you know it's gonna be huge? It's gonna be huge, this e-currency.
Hmm. I do know a trend when I see one.
I saw the numbers pop up on it. They're real.
Right. All right, all right. I
Mrs.
will
Lamb,
accept it this time.
shake it.
And then handing you a laptop, a whole computer. All right. And then I've got a compact disc in the mail. I don't know what that means, but it's coming.
Hmm. You're all right, new kid.
Can I ask you something? And this is a bit presumptuous, but can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Have you ever wanted to get away?
I haven't had a vacation in a long time.
You're $7,000 richer now. That's enough to afford any vacation in the Lake Michigan.
Have you seen Titanic? There's a cruise line that's doing it.
Have you seen Titanic? It's
Have you seen
Of
incredible.
course, I've seen Titanic. It's on every screen in the city.
It's just playing in Times Square.
You know, you can travel to the floor of the Titanic, the floor of the ocean, even. James E. Cameron. He's not my uncle, but we have a similar name. And he dives with that robot, and they go ding 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 ding, and then he goes zoom zoom, and he brings up stuff from the Titanic, and it's nudies. It's a nudie pic. Hubba hubba.
Husband has been dead a long time. Well, if you put something together, some kind of itinerary, I'll take a look.
I can also clear the building of ghosts. Did you know I talk to ghosts?
Like a
And
meeting?
now a word from our sponsor.
I listen, this isn't about me, but I'm so delighted. I am so smitten with this act of the show. Not limited to, but beginning with Jaclyn's conversion of that $7,000 is a lot of money this year.
I mean, it's still a lot, to be fair, but yeah.
And also, we love a cigarette holder.
Oh my God.
All of the lore of our three characters and our business and what's playing at the movies and what's happening outside the door. I feel like I can hear the car horns. Pretty easily. Let's check in with our actors. We're getting ready to do Act 3. Kristen, has anything changed for you about your character that you told us earlier? Any part of the backstory or sort of character secret that's evolving?
I mean, I think finding the talking to ghosts was kind of a fun just thing I picked out. I love spooky. That's fun. Yeah, I think he's got a heart of gold, but he's not very smart, is what I'm finding. Yeah.
There's get in line. I mean, we're Will, same question. Anything that you told us about your character that you're learning has changed over the course of the first two acts?
Uh, uh, they seem like less sweet than Jim, I think, which is a funny, like they're just like they almost seem like I think like opportunistic. Like now I'm starting to think like they sold the family farm because they wouldn't have really cut it in country life either, but they're kind of just a fail son who has like an unknown amount of money kind of resting in probably not that monitor, but somewhere out there. I like the kind of not even failing upward, but kind of just failing on a straight line across, no dip.
The magic beans of the late
Yeah.
internet. Jaclyn, same question. Anything with your characters that you've learned that is changing that you'd like to tell us?
I think she's a salty old broad, but I think she's also open to, new technology, new trends. It keeps her young, it keeps her on the pulse. So she's got an open mind, surprisingly.
Yeah. Before we check in with our writers, we're going to do a little bit of a station identification. Val, let us know how our viewers can participate in the Trident Network and help it out.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're enjoying what you're watching and you want to support us, you can become a subscriber here on the Twitch stream. There's a button that you can click to do that. If you happen to be a Prime member, you can actually use a free subscription every month via your Prime membership that is no cost to you, but gives us a little bit of a boost to support the work that we're doing here. You can also become a Patreon patron, or we have a number of other ways you can follow the links that I am going to put in the chat momentarily. And if you like what you see and you want to participate in that, please reach out to us on social media or via email. Again, I'll put that in the chat momentarily, but we'd love to hear from you and get you involved if you have a fun idea that you think would fit with the network.
Incredible. Everything that the Trident Network produces started with an idea from just some joker like me, and then you get to do a show.
That's right.
Before we go into Act 3, our final act of this show, let's check in with our writers. John, are there any loose ends that we need to wrap up before this episode ends? Any plot holes or anything that you'd like to see like wrapped up nicely at the end?
Oh, well, there has been I mean, has this asked any questions that haven't been unanswered yet? I think yes. I'm always a fan of full circle stuff, and we opened with the Titanic, and we haven't quite hit an iceberg. It's a metaphor, of course.
Now I'm thinking every episode could be like whatever movie they're seeing, we see thematic reference to. This is why you're here, John. M, same question. Any plot points that you'd like to see wrapped up towards the end of this episode, or even seeds you'd like to plant moving forward through a season?
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is going to be the payoff of the first episode of the season, but Jim's like paternal question mark, I think. Like Jim said something about like it's James Cameron, which kind of sounds like it could be my dad. Like I really really want the reveal to be that that's your dad. And like just generally have him have some sort of familial reveal or some sort of like whether that's found family or not, like he's really craving that. But yeah, if it's James Cameron, I would love to like plant that seed in the first episode and then have that come to fruition.
I love that. Carly, same question. Any plot holes, anything that you'd like us to wrap up before the episode ends?
I really want to know. I know that Jackie's just exploring her sexuality, but I really just want to know if she gets with that guy, if she's like gonna date that guy or not, or if she's just dating another person. I'm really invested in her dating life.
And how like Titanic is famously like one of our long movies. How
Yes.
soon did she take her top off? Like,
I need to know.
Like you really have
I need to know how she's bagging these people. Because she seems like she's bagging, she's pulling, and I want to know how she's doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Carly, give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 3.
I don't know if you knew this, but I'm special.
Do you mind repeating that?
I don't know if you knew this, but I'm special.
Incredible. Actors, keep that close. Writers, we know what we need to do. Val, are you ready for the end scene of King of Murray Hill?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's go.
That was a fine film. I think. And you know what? It's nice to come back to a clean store after a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
You had your shirt over your head for a little bit of it, Jackie, so you missed it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've like seen it, so I know what happens.
It was surprisingly not distracting from the film.
Yeah, nothing was distracting. Not at all. There was no kissing. There was none.
Huh.
Well, sometimes my stunts are for the audience and not for one person.
Sure.
I've been told that it kind of adds something to the ambiance of the theater.
And was that employees of the theater or just kind of a general vibe you've gotten yourself?
A vibe, part of the experience for people. It's kind of immersive, he's drawing her, I'm topless also.
Sure.
That your heart will go on. The music
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
What was going on with that dedication at the end of the movie from James that it said,
Oh,
"To my estranged son, you know who you are"?
no. See,
You
like
started crying. It seemed like,
the thing is, family's complicated, okay? And sometimes your mom says someone's your dad, and sometimes you take a test because that guy is like, I don't want to pay child support, and then you find out that your dad's not your dad, and then you're like, Ma, who this who's this who's my dad? And like, in my hometown they let you go up and kiss the movie screen as long as you're quiet, and
yeah.
then
No,
your
yeah.
dad,
Sometimes you just feel so moved by the romance.
You
it's
know, Tom,
complicated.
we actually got an email in here. It's the subject line is paternity. Do you
Oh
guys know anything
no.
about that? I can read it to you if you're interested.
Jackie,
So,
that might be poison.
yeah, so
Okay,
I
yeah, let me
suppose you
just,
should just read it out loud.
Like,
all
you're all
right,
my best
let me see.
friends.
Let me just pull it up here. Okay, yeah, it says, that Tom, your dad is, this can't be right. This can't be right.
Something about my father?
Tom, you don't know who your dad is either? Oh God, we're
It,
so
it says that that somebody
Mr.
submitted your
T.
DNA and your last name isn't T. It's actually Cameron.
Oh, my last name is Cameron?
Do you
There's
think
no
you could be
way.
related? This says you're related to James Cameron.
Jackie,
Cameron.
get real with us. How close of a lineage?
I mean,
Is
it
there a family
sounds.
tree? Is there a family tree
It
attached to
just
the
says
email?
that the paternity test came back positive. You might
How
want to
did?
get in touch with him.
Name some of the cousins. Surely they put cousins in the email.
Yeah, yeah. Who's first cousin?
Uh,
Was there a rabbit?
there's nothing else. It just says James Cameron is your dad.
Okay, well, that's pretty ironclad.
I
Tom, how
mean,
you?
you should look into this. This is definitely not a scam. I mean, it came through the internet.
This is all making sense now. I spell it Cameron. I pronounce it T.
Hey, Jackie. What's what is this from the computer mail? How are you reading this in our movie theater in 1997?
Well, because you guys got me that laptop and you told me to monitor the email and I plugged it into the dial-up at the movie theater, obviously.
Jackie, you're
Uh,
the whiz, okay? Your computer whiz whamming around, all right? I
we
stand
can't
corrected.
both be James Cameron's sons. Two people can't have the same dad.
Are you serious? That's how
Unless one of
brothers
them's
or
a rabbit.
sisters work.
Yeah, Jackie, that's magic. We don't. If you have one son, there's no more sons. The
What are you talking
firstborn
about? You
son.
think wait, where did you say you guys were from? You don't know how siblings work?
I'm from
Jackie,
Bluegrass, Kentucky.
we know that, and Tommy loved it there. He grew up there from childhood till now, till last 2 weeks ago, when we met, became fast friends.
I don't
Jackie,
know.
I gotta be real with you. I feel like you're causing trouble because you like us.
Excuse me. First of all, I take my top off at the movies for me.
I
Okay?
know,
And second of
That is
all,
clear.
and thank you for your service.
you're welcome. And second of all, I don't know why you're turning on me. I'm just the messenger. I mean,
No, no,
aren't
no.
you excited? James Cameron's like the richest director in the world.
We're not turning on you. We love you like a sister I've never had.
So
So
you do know how siblings work.
I do want to kiss you though, so that is complicated. Hey, Jackie, I just don't know if we can if we can be brothers. It's my dream. I'm an only boy. But Tommy, what if you were my blood?
Well, it's we've done so much dusting and friendship, and we've been acting like brothers for these past few days. And
Will you hold my hand?
Oh, had a nice moment. I'll just,
Jackie, don't leave.
well, I don't.
Goodbye.
Don't leave.
What's a brother if you can't hold his hand?
Goodbye.
Do you hear?
It's great. That's my favorite moment of Val getting into the chat. Where
Goodbye.
I see it. I have an idea.
Oh my god.
I really wanted to go find the soundbite, but I was obviously in the scene, so.
It's like, it's sort of, I don't know if I can do it exactly, but it's like, goodbye. Like,
Goodbye.
Oh
That's
yeah,
good.
you're right. You're right.
Bye.
It goes
I think
up.
there's a door
Goodbye.
slam. I think
Yeah.
there's a door slam as well.
I think
think
I
you're
got
right.
the modem
Hold on.
sound pretty close.
Goodbye. You did. The modem sound was really good.
what a show. I'm so impressed. Let's go around. Let's check in with our actors real fast. Kristen, does this show, this episode of TV, remind you of any other shows that you've seen, or is there something that you would pair it with on like a schedule?
I would love this to be part of TGIF. I know it's more hardcore because I believe M said on FX anything goes. But I feel like it could have been part of, yeah, must watch TV in some form.
TGIF.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Will, same question. Any shows that this recalls for you, or anything you'd pair it with?
This definitely, for me, it's fitting nicely in a like Frasier, like Friends kind of like it's a little bit nicer than maybe any other FX show has a right to be. And it just kind of it's nice. It makes you feel nice, but it's still got some comedy and some people being dumb and makes you feel good.
Yeah. Oh, it's got people being dumb.
Yeah, mostly.
Oh.
Jaclyn, same question. What show would you pair this with, or did it remind you of anything?
I think this could definitely be paired with Third Rock from the Sun. It's giving a little bit. I mean, that's like a fish out of water, show as well. But it has the same, I think, like a little bit of joy, a little bit of weirdness.
Yeah, and anytime it's anything's truly like fraught or dangerous, it's based on someone being like naive or well-meaning.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Villain. Let's turn to our writers real quick. Carly, this show's just getting picked up. This is a hit. What happens in episode 2?
I think in episode 2, so I do think they agree that they are brothers, but the origin of their brotherhood is always changing. And I think that whatever the theme of the episode, whatever like the theme of the episode is, that's what's going to make them brothers.
I love that. There's always a different director credit at the movie they're seeing. It's like, wait a second. John, this is a 90s sitcom, so we're doing like 24 to 32 episodes. What happens in our season finale, our like cliffhanger episode of season 1?
Okay, well, I
Whoa.
really like this different director parentage thing. So maybe they wind up going to the Oscars on like the ultimate paternity test. And we get 6 cameos from the best directors in Hollywood who would all be on board. By the time the finale, by the buzz that it gets by the finale, though, it'll be the show. They'll all appear or threaten to sue for false paternal allegations, but the cool ones will be there.
Yeah.
Similar question, but this show is like a big hit. Where are we in season 5?
Season 5, I think season 5, it's not going to be the end of the series run, but it is kind of hits that hump where something changes. And everyone's like, oh, I like series 1 to 5 before that thing. And I think the big change is like just Y2K, and we cross over out of the 90s, and the show keeps going. And that really affects their internet business and everything. So I think that's our arc there.
I love that. So we've really done something special here, but we're not done. This is a little incomplete because here at Pilot Season, we believe that a good sitcom has a theme song. And so as we say goodbye tonight to our viewers, to our cast, let's hear the theme to The King of Murray Hill. And everybody on camera, feel free to do your best opening credits poses during this song. And everybody follow the Trident Network on all socials. Subscribe to that Patreon. Subscribe to the Twitch. We're so happy you were here. Here's the theme to King of Murray Hill.
He's the king of Murray Hill.
The king of Murray Hill.
You don't need to take a pill.
You don't need to take a pill. He's the king of Murray Hill. He's the king of Murray Hill.
Bye.
You've got mail.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.